Let me start by recognizing the presence of a number of key people, I think, starting with the members of CEOs of member banks that are hereby present, representatives from various member banks. I can see a number of members of KBA committees, respective committees that are hereby present. A number of stakeholders from the financial services sector that are hereby represented, and of course members of the media, the fourth estate, who ensure that our activities are well covered and in the most possible positive way as possible. I recognize all the other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Indeed, I'm actually very pleased to welcome you to this forum, which has been organized by the KBA to unveil our banking industry customer satisfaction survey report for the year 2023. As you may be aware, this has now become our flagship event. Today we are releasing this report that is conducted annually by the Kenya Bankers Association, and as Christine mentioned, this is heavily supported by what you call the KBA Customer Service Working Group, which has now been at it for a number of years, and I've seen them improve year after year in terms of their input into this report, and therefore possibly speaks to the quality of the report that we see coming out of this. The survey's main objective is to obtain feedback from the banking public on areas that can be improved upon to make the banking customer experience satisfactory. The survey also presents an opportunity to the public to rate the industry's overall customer satisfaction level. So you've got the two aspects. One is getting feedback in terms of customers being able to rate us in terms of how we are satisfying them. And then two, also, it also gives us an opportunity using that feedback to build on to see how best we can continuously improve our services to ensure that we are as responsive to the customer as much as possible. In addition, the survey report release event creates an opportunity to recognize KBA member banks that have excelled in customer experience from the perspective of bank customers across the country. Beyond the recognitions, this event also provides a platform to exchange ideas on ways through which we can collectively provide satisfactory customer experience to our customers across service touchpoints and banking channels. This commitment is important to us because as an industry, we consider the banking population as a crucial factor in the realization of our efforts towards promoting financial inclusion in the economy. We believe firmly that obtaining the banking public's feedback and using it to design responsive banking customer experience processes and channels can make a significant contribution towards facilitating further access to banking services in the economy. Just like its predecessors, the 2023 Banking Industry Customer Satisfaction Survey obtained a very impressive response rate. We actually received over 30,000 responses, which is a valuable basis of evaluating the industry's performance. I cannot see Dr. Samuel Tiriongo here, but I think he would have corrected me there and said that from the level of response received, we can therefore draw reliable inferences from a statistical point of view. Now, at the risk of preempting a presentation on the report that will be made shortly, allow me to share just 3 highlights that I consider as key takeaways from the report. First, over 62% of the survey respondents indicate that they have more than one banking relationship. This is a 5% increase from the results we obtained in the year 2022, when the multi-banking level stood at 56.5%. So that's a 5% growth from last year. Now, this trend illustrates a growing competition amongst players in the banking sector, in product offerings, as well as customer service. Considering the elevated level of flexibility at the banking public's disposal, banks that prioritize the needs of customers will therefore continue to have a significant competitive edge over the rest in the industry. Second is preferences for mobile and online banking channels continue to grow, underscoring the importance of digital banking solutions. The survey shows that 70% of bank customers prefer mobile banking channels, a 3% increase from what you observed in the previous year in 2022. This trend continues to be driven by high digital adoption among the banking population, supported by easy-to-use and reliable banking services available on the market, and a growing level of mobile and internet penetration. I therefore encourage banks to sustain investments towards enhancing mobile and online banking channels, leveraging on innovation to provide features that offer more convenience, security, and customer satisfaction. The third point is that it's notable from the survey that banks have performed well in ensuring access to banking services for people living with disabilities. The industry score on access to services from this important banking population stood at 88%. However, 6.5% of persons living with disabilities from the proportion surveyed still require a third party to access services. And this trend has not changed from what you observed in 2022, where a similar proportion of persons living with disabilities reported challenges in accessing services independently. Lack of independence for PWDs denies the population an opportunity to manage their finances independently and equally participate in the economy. But I think there is a bigger challenge to this. This lack of ability to independently access the banking services actually exposes this particular segment of the population to vulnerabilities, especially in terms of safety of their funds. Because if you imagine, if there is a person living with disabilities, and because of physical disability, for example, the person is not able to access, I'll give a simple example like our ATM. And therefore, to access the ATM, the person has got to seek help from either the security guard who is sitting at the ATM or somebody else. What this person will have to do is to possibly disclose the PIN to the person who's helping the person. Now, that significantly exposes the customer to risks, including unauthorized access to the customer's account. So in this regard, the underway banking industry persons with disability accessibility project, which is being coordinated by the KBA, continues to enable banks to put measures in place that will ensure full and independent access to banking services, especially by the people living with the disabilities. So in our collective bid to promote customer experience in the banking sector, I would like to extend appreciation to banks for continued investment in technology and training of staff aligned to the emerging trends, some of which have been exposed through this survey. As the industry's umbrella body, KBA acknowledges with gratitude the support we continue to receive from the KBA Customer Service Working Group, which I recognized at the beginning. This team designs the survey questionnaire, and as I talk about survey questionnaire, I'm happy that Dr. Samuel Tiriongo is not here, because he could have quickly corrected me that it's called a data collection instrument. And in addition to this, it also provides support in entrenching the survey recommendations in bank-level customer experience practices. In closing, I would like to reaffirm the banking industry's commitment to continuously seek feedback from the banking public through initiatives such as the Customer Satisfaction Survey that you are releasing today. The insights are invaluable in helping us identify areas for improvement and tailoring our services to better meet bank customers' needs and expectations. With these few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to declare the 2023 Banking Industry Customer Satisfaction Survey officially released. Thank you very much.